Are you done with work?
Yep, more or less.
Woohoo! I'm ready for my next sword lesson. Meet me at the church, okay?
Guess a few swings couldn't hurt.
Yes! Well. Look at Mr. Popular over here.
Playing with the children was apparently part of Roland's job, too. Unfortunately, all I can do is teach them how to swing swords.
They're lucky to have a great teacher.
If you say so.
Meanwhile, we've been finding more of Roland's journals. Let's keep our eyes peeled.
Of course. Another journal. But it's seen better days.
Ooh, now we can take even tougher requests.
Bring it on. I'll do whatever needs to be done.
Yes, can I help you?
Right.
Here it is. All right, see you.
Leave it to the captain.
Hello? What do you think? Come again.
Stake my kingdom upon this blade. A blade is only as strong as its wielder.
Yes, can I help you?
Another letter from Al arrived. Hazel had fully recovered and was bouncing about with unbridled energy. Al had returned to work on the reconstruction site and was working twice as hard to make up for lost time.
Is it just me, or is his writing messier?
It wasn't just Vern. Not only were there more missing words and misspellings than usual, the lines of Al's letters were harsh and tangled. Evidently, he'd scrawled them in a great hurry between jobs.
I got a bad feeling that next up, it's gonna be Al himself stuck in bed.
I shared Vern's sentiment. This was a boy willing to pick herbs from death's very garden for his sister. There was not an ounce of self-restraint in his character. I could only hope that he would emerge from this trial unscathed. Reading Al's third letter made my head buzz and my hands go numb.
Help! Hazel got sick again. Doctor says you don't know what's happened. The medicine we made don't work no more. What do we do?
It struck me that I, a Skyfarer they had only met once, was all the help these children had left to turn to.
Catalina, I'm worried about Hazel.
Lyria, who had been reading over my shoulder, looked as pale as death, and I thought I heard the fierce thudding of her heart. Let's head back to Folka, quickly. We learned not long afterwards that the captain, who at times seemed to command a sixth sense, had already asked Rackham to set course for the city. Al, Hazel, don't lose hope. Help is on the way. When we arrived at Folka, Al came out to greet us. I noticed he wouldn't meet any of our eyes and ducked his head like he was hiding from the world. The doctor had examined Hazel from head to toe, but as far as his eyes could tell, there was nothing wrong with her.
Hazel says all she needs to get better is some Wraith Ring eggs, but I just don't know.
Al's voice was so small, I could hear the distance between us. Not physical, but emotional. He explained reluctantly that the Wraithwing was a bird which lives among the ancient ruins of Dali Island.
Actually, forget it. We've made you guys do too much already. We'll figure something out.
His smile didn't quite reach his eyes, which were enclosed in dark circles. The reconstruction effort must have been hounding him, and he was apparently not its only victim. Hazel had fallen ill around when Al began overexerting himself. I think I see what's going on here. Gently pushing aside Al's objections, we left to search for a Wraithwing nest. The task ahead, though dangerous, was for brother as much as it was for sister. Leave the front line to me. This area seems promising. Be on the lookout for tracks. This is quite a rare find. We'd better add it to our provisions. It may come in useful later. What's this?
This cargo's sure been roughed up.
Large talon marks and scattered feathers. The culprit is probably a Wraithwing.
Let's see if it's left any other tracks. Look! More feathers! I think we're getting warmer!
Catalina! Catalina, over there!
That's it. It matches the description perfectly. That's our Wraithwing.
Ah! What's with all the party crashers?
Stay calm. I'll get us out of this.
I'll finish. It's over. Not over yet.
Here for you!
Keep your wits about you.
I shall light the way.
I am.
Yeah, let's move it. Get behind my shield. Ready yourself.
Thanks, Gloria.
Hit them now.
Destroy
Say
them.
goodnight.
Great work, everyone.
What did you expect?
I expect much from my vassals.
We've got a bird to catch. You stupid monsters, don't quit! You ready, Cat?
Always. I'll freeze them in their tracks.
No more.
Into the fray!
Of course!
Got him!
Just like we practiced.
Barely a try.
More where that came from.
I'll finish this. Now!
Understood.
Lord of Flame indeed.
Do not worry. My fire will not overpower your ice.
One fell blow!
On me! Nice follow-up.
Nothing escapes my notice.
Here's needles.
Pin them down! Enough of you! Follow me! We will prevail!
We turned the tide.
You're too easily impressed.
No!
Trigger
Very well. Heal!
Thank you.
Watching us really closely. Whoa.
Stay
Looks
focused.
like it's got giant
I'll protect you
talons
from anything.
and a massive temper. Be careful, Catalina.
It's all right, Vern. I won't let that overgrown turkey hurt us. Let's go.
Huh? Where are you going? There's no foods to bash.
Stay calm, everyone! I'll take the flag!
eyes on him. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Right. Let's move on.
I must agree.
Stay vigilant!
Protecting something.
Pin them!
Of course. It's trying to defend its nest. No wonder it's so desperate. There's
We're
nothing to
desperate
fear.
too. Hazel and Al are counting on us. Hoka, let's finish off the enemies here first.
You monster!
Guess I should heal you.
Ow. Don't get pulled in. No more ouchies.
Wonderful.
Rain hell on him. To the front.
Try
The
this!
river run red.
What want to deal?
Ready yourself! Meet your end! You monster! I'm back up.
I have you.
Full ice! My will lives in this blade! Fall now, Crested King! Percival!
At once.
Your fate is sealed.
About time! Get down with there!
Got him. Shine as one. Absolute zero.
Understood.
You will not escape.
Don't need a lab
lizard to tell me.
All right, take that, you big chicken.
Now we just need to search the nest and collect the eggs. I can't help feeling guilty, though.
We're so sorry, Miss Wraithwing. We promise we won't take more than we need.
Well, shall we call it a day? I took our prize to the dining hall. But weighing on me was the thought that Hazel had likely told Al a white lie. It said that one bite of a Wraithwing egg sends waves of energy coursing through your body. I guessed that she wanted the meal not for herself, but for her exhausted brother.
I'm so sorry.
My suspicions were confirmed when I returned from the canteen to find Hazel apologizing to the crew.
Catalina, we need to tell you something.
I cut Al off. I knew speaking the words would hurt him. It was better that he didn't give sound and substance to unnecessary guilt. I don't know what's troubling you, but you have to eat. It's the only way the two of you will get better. food and comfort. That was all I could afford them.
Yeah?
Right.
Yeah, right.
On days without work, I would meditate on the deck of the Grand Cipher. One day, the voice of Vern broke through my meditations.
I don't know. She looks pretty wound up. Wouldn't she usually have dozed off by now? I'm telling ya, something's going on.
He was livelier than ever. Perfect.
You shouldn't push yourself too hard, Narmaya.
And sweet, tender Lyria. Yes, this was how things should be. I cracked open my eyes and stole a hopeful glance at the captain. But on that kind face, I could read only worry and distress. I wanted nothing more than to comfort my darling. No, I was acting for their sakes. I had already come so far. If I could just hold to my path a little longer, make the skies a little safer, then I could go back to being their big sister. I needed more strength. I needed to be worthy of this family. The crew of the Grand Cipher was powerful, but in the end, we were only small people in a vast sky, filled with endless dangers. If I didn't get stronger, one day that sky would engulf us. I had to protect them. I could protect them. All I was lacking was time. I couldn't believe it. I rushed back to Zero after every mission, but that day the captain had dropped by without my knowledge and taken up a request, a particularly treacherous one. It was careless to think that Zero would reserve every single dangerous job for me.
The Grand Cipher crew's more than capable of handling it.
Couldn't she see? The universe worked in dark and mysterious ways. Their lives were always in danger. If I allowed monsters to wander free through the skies, they're rot. I had to hunt them all down. There was not a moment to lose. I had to cut down the root of evil, so I would not kill out of malice, nor did I seek meaningless violence. But when weighing the lives of my loved ones against the lives of these beasts, the answer was clear. As long as their threat persisted across the skies, the crew would never truly be safe. And so I would wield my blade to protect the crew and the helpless. For the captain, I would become the harbinger of death. Everything is for the captain. My captain. My dearest captain. I would kill, and kill, and kill, and kill. Every last threat. I found the largest known monster's den in this skydom, and began my hunt. Die. For the sake of the skies, and my captain. My blade cut through flesh and bone. Again. Again. Again and again. And soon, time lost all meaning. How long was I there? Perhaps 3, or even 4 days. My grip went numb, my vision blurred, my body grew heavy. But I couldn't stop. Not here. With these hands, I would deliver my loved ones. Even if it meant seeping them in blood. Next is 979. I must stay strong. For the captain. I must destroy every threat. Free Flutter Stick. They must all be eliminated. You're open. Let us. My hands have gone numb, but even in death, my sword and I are one. Out of my sight. Strike as lightning! To see me is to see death. 999. There's more above me. I can feel it. Here. You have breathed your last. No! Not yet. They've gone mad. Come what may. Pass away.
distance! Life is... I will take your life, even if it costs me mine! I see life. Death breeds life. I must protect the captain. You're finished. Let's not do anything rash. I finally did it. Wait. There's more of them. Impossible. My body had reached its limit. I had managed to fend off countless hordes of monsters. I summoned the last of my strength for one final swing. Monsters began to close in. Claws dry. I closed my eyes, waiting for it all to end. But before my mind could fade into darkness, I was roused by a brilliant flash.
Narmaya!
Captain?
Let's get you out of here! Quickly! You had us worried, you know?
Vern, Lyria too? The captain took my hand, but I couldn't leave yet. I had to finish the job.
Narmaya, I'm so sorry we didn't notice what you were going through sooner.
My heart plunged. I should have been the one apologizing. I was the one who failed. Gently, I tried to withdraw my fingers from the captain's.
We heard it all from Sierra. Can't believe she's been giving you all the hard jobs. You were doing it to protect us,
I
right?
parted my lips. They needed to understand that it wasn't Sierra's fault. After a moment of silence, the captain pressed down on my hand.
Narmaya, I want to protect those closest to me, same as you. So if something's on your mind, don't keep it to yourself. We're here for you.
And just like that, I was overcome with the emotions I had tried so hard to suppress. How could I have been so blind? Not a single one of us could protect the crew. But that's okay, because all of us could protect each other. The whole is greater than its parts. The captain's grip was firm and led me blinking into the sunlight. There, I saw worry etched into the faces of the crew. I realized that by putting myself in harm's way, I hurt those who cared for me, those who loved me, those I wanted to spend my days with, now and forever. But the course I had been following could only lead to isolation. The captain still hadn't let go of my hand. Though the grip of those calloused fingers was firm, I felt a gentle kindness in their warmth.
Yes, can I help you?
Captain, are you hungry? I'd be more than happy to feed you. Or maybe you'd like a nap. I always thought I had to be strong for my loved ones, never truly realizing they were my strength. We supported each other. We lessened the burden of sorrow and shared the light of joy. Lyria, you've got a bit of cream on your cheek. Here, let me wipe it off for you.
Oh, thank you, Narmaya. I'm glad Butterfly Girl's back to normal. But is it just me, or is she laying it on even thicker than usual?
Vern was adorable.
trying to play the part of the tough dragon. However, as I took him into my arms, I thought, he shouldn't have to put on an act around me. After all, we're family, aren't we? On a bright, quiet day, I had a sparring match with the captain. I once locked myself away from the world in the pursuit of strength, training in solitude. But I've since found that I train best with those I love around me, to lend me a guiding hand or an encouraging voice. The captain held nothing back during our session. It seems I'm not the only one who has grown stronger. Our blades rang bright and clear, and the captain's smile is a clear reminder of how far I'd come. After training was over, we stood for a while longer on the deck of the Grand Cipher, feeling the breeze. Above us, the azure sky was spread as I felt as if I would be consumed by the sky itself, and grasped the captain's hand. In that moment of peace, I swore that I would keep learning and growing, not alone, but together with those I love.
Have a nice day.
What can I do you for? Thank your Dahlia badges for special treasure. Now here's an offer you can't refuse. Now here's an offer you can't refuse. Knick-knack vouchers never go out of fashion, do they? Now here's an offer. We have a wide selection of sigils. Don't be a stranger.
Hello there.
It was a bright day when Vern, Lyria, the captain, and I went back to the studio. Shanae was staring out the window with a dazed smile. So the formula was still working. Good.
Crazy how you invited yourself to the studio to see my sister's paintings. And now you're her personal pharmacist. Serendipity's funny like that.
If you feel like repaying me, how about you finally cough up some art and show me around?
That's a fair price. Everything in the studio was painted by Shanae. Feel free to get close. Admire the details.
Previously, I had managed only a distracted glance at the studio's walls. But this time, I saw visual creativity exploding off them. I wasn't an expert on art, but even I felt the vibrant energy bounding from her drawings. Powerful, powerful pieces swirled around me like a hurricane. And one painting in particular, it was resonant. sketches were littered about the floor, too. And even they were filled with vitality. How could such a feeble body muster such vivid work?
Oh yeah, about that pigment I bought when we met. Want to see it in action?
Taking the vial from a shelf, Heimel poured the pigment into a dish and mixed it with oil. A few swirls later, and the color had transformed in a way that was more chemistry than alchemy. Intriguing. Takes a specialty product to make that hue. Heimel smiled and handed the freshly prepared paint to Shanae, who was already mid-painting. A bead of sweat trailed down her brow as she swabbed the tint across her canvas.
I believe in Shanae's talent. Look at her. She's amazing. I just have to get the world to recognize it.
It's nice having a supportive sibling. I meant it.
I never know how to read your tone. But, well, her condition made me realize how precious our time together is.
Heimel, who clearly had never known abundance, smiled like the richest of merchants. Though Shanae had been left with a raw deal, it was clear her life wasn't without meaning. If only I could go back and tell my own sister. You were my courage when I was weak. You were my light when I was in darkness. I have lived through eons, but you were my rock. I hoped these siblings, at least, would understand what they meant to one another. I even prayed a little. Which was dumb, considering this Skydom still thinks primal beasts are gods. Huh. Guess I'm getting sentimental in my old age. Lyria and Vern became a regular fixture at the studio. They said they wanted to be there when Shanae finished her latest piece. I felt much the same. Her pieces were charming, even while portraying the thin line between life and death. Rare to get drama like that outside of a novel. But my true reason for visiting was out of concern, not interest. She was battling an unpredictable disorder, so I wanted to be around should the worst come to pass.
Could you stick around for a few? I need to run out and buy a few things.
You dare waste my time with your foolish errands. After Heimel left, Shanae waved me closer to her bed.
After all you've done, I don't...
Her voice quivered.
I don't know if I could say this. Wow. Okay, I want my brother to be free.
Tears began to gloss her eyes.
Without me holding him back, he could find someone and settle down. He has such a kind heart. He needs to share it. If I'm ruining his life...
I interrupted her. I don't condone this, and I doubt your brother would either. Look, I've been in your shoes. There was nothing the village doctors could do, and I was where the dying hope was cheap. It was better to look inevitability in the face and maintain some of your dignity. But there was one person who stood beside me. My light. My rock. My sister. She was with... I continued to detail memories of my sister, over 2,000 years old, hoping that Shanae would get the point. She hung on to every word. When I concluded my story, to my disappointment, Shanae seemed to pick up the wrong message.
How did you get better?
Simple. The curse of genius. I developed an entire school of magic and abandoned my wretched body. I couldn't suppress a proud grin. She nodded along, not quite understanding. I couldn't blame her. Few people had the opportunity to learn the glory of alchemy. Imagine your body is a jar and your soul is water. I created a fresher, cuter jar and...
You can do that sort of thing?
Shanae cupped her mouth in surprise. Don't insult me. There's nothing I can't do. She grew silent as gears began to whir in her...
Could you do it for me?
Well, That was predictable, but I could relate to her predicament. If you really want to go through with this, I can make you a jug too. It wasn't going to be simple. The soul swap was messy on an experienced alchemist's psyche, much less a mundane girl's. Nor would I be around to perform maintenance down the line. It could very well be a fast track to the grave. And to inhabit an alchemized body was to stray from the natural order. Shanae had no knowledge of the arcane. She was struggling to grasp these factors. So I opted for a simpler route, and explained the side effects in more mortal terms. Even if your memories, knowledge, and personality make the jump, you will never feel the same. Your senses will feel foreign, your fine motor skills will be dulled. In short, goodbye, art. Take, for example, the sky. We each paint it in our own way. One may clumsily blob some white on a blue background, while others might choose a deeper hue or express the clouds with more definite contours. Even I, genius that I am, took centuries to adapt to this process. Finally, it means you won't be human. You'll have to maintain your body like a machine, and you'll never have children.
But...
Shanae looked down at her hands, as if it were the first time she had ever seen them. It was never an easy decision. Even my sister begged me not to abandon my mortality, right until I made the hop into a new vessel. The silence was deafening. Shanae was considering her past, and what abandoning it would mean for her future. There's no reason you have to make up your mind now. As long as you found an answer before we sail out of the skydom, I turned to leave, causing the bedridden girl to lunge after me.
Wait! I don't care about losing my art. If it will...
Her tears were pierced by a genuine smile. She bore the pain of losing her creative soul and the joy of gaining a liberated brother. Even with my infinite understanding of the universe. You sure you don't want to talk to him first? She shook her head. I felt a small pang of regret. I led her down this path because I, on some level, felt we were alike in our suffering. But the truth was, if anything, I felt like I understood Heimel's position more. He would simply want what was best for his sister. Just like how my own sister had wanted after leaving the studio, I made a list of all the materials the procedure would require. It was going to be a pain in the homunculus to gather everything. So, I had my sights set on the Pillar of Vayoi.
Wait till you see! Shanae's paintings are breathtaking, and I'm not just saying that.
Curse that proud face of yours, Heimel.
Cagliostro, on the move! Cagliostro's coming for your cores, Mr. and Mrs. Spirit People!
And while I'm at it, I might pick up a few alchemical reagents in the process.
Let's go!
Great. This won't help anyone. Useless trash.
Yay! This'll do the trick! Look at all those spirits! What do you call a group of them anyway? A herd? A flock?
I call it target practice. Now come on, we need dark and light cores.
Lots more where that came from. No, for ruin!
Into the fray!
Got you covered.
Coming in!
Have you strength left for the road ahead?
Who the hell do you think you're talking to? Now maybe you'll shut up!
Wait! Who uses that blob of hell? Like flower! Let's finish off the enemies here first!
Still got my back, Percival?
Of course. Don't recap.
time. Ribbon tied. Spells ready. Components gathered.
That's it for all of our elemental components. Now, if only we can track down an exit.
Enough! Seize victory!
Let's go. Taste the magic. Cagliostro knows everybody wants to cuddle up to her. You're
Ready to face the music? Fire in the hole!
Phantasmagoria.
Leighton's right.
Attack! What a name!
After you!
Excellent work, everyone.
That's right!
Huh?
What can I say?
The river!
Say night-night.
Now, we need to blast you into alchemic dust.
I think I'm starting to feel sorry for the spirit.
Coming in!
Saw its glory. Well, if the Lord of Flames ends it.
We got this!
We've got to stand and face
Here's
this.
our chance!
Come on!
A wise move. I wish you could
Guiding light.
Did you see it? Did I see green or what? It's the last one. Get him!
Excellent. Throw some spirit guts in the old extractor, and we'll have prime crystals on our hands.
What now? Don't worry about it, Mr. Wizard. Wanna come back to town? Score a big one for Cagliostro!
When we returned to the studio, Heimel was a flustered whirlwind.
Schnee told me everything. Please.
We were shocked to hear his refusal. Well, Vernon Lear, I'd like to hear the reason he grimaced.
Schnee has dreamed of...
In his fervent voice, you could hear how long he'd been supporting his sister, praying for her success. And now, after years of hard work, she'd made it. She had recently been invited to participate in an exclusive exhibit, a privilege apparently afforded to very few.
Finally, Schnee will be recognized for her
I
talent.
wasn't sure whether he was...
Schnee's been waiting so long for this. Why add this darkness to her life now?
Because you deserve to live your life too, Heimel.
Brother and sister stood opposed, on opposite sides of their future.
I've never thought of you as a burden. I supported you because I love you. It's a blessing to watch you create.
No one doubted his words. More than any of her dreams were so close to coming true, he reasoned. And why abandon everything? But he'd never been in Shanae's position before. I had. And I knew what needed to happen this time.
I smell it. A new mission. Mission complete. Ready for some action? Ready for some action?
Let's see. Ooh.
Easier than eating apples.
Don't mind if I do.
Oh no. Incredible. Give it what it wants.
Nice. Perfect. Oh my. How pleasant. Yes. The longest journey starts with the smallest step. How pleasant.
Hello there. Have a nice day.
Skyfarer. I can make just about anything. Once your weapon's tempered, I'll unlock its hidden potential. Always aim for the top. I'll handle it. Good. Come back sometime.
I'm getting the hang of this.
I will surpass every barrier.
Yeah, here it is.
Janae's attitude changed.
Cagliostro, forgive me. I was selfish, looking for a quick fix.
Figures. You needed time to process your options. Actually, that was the reason why I asked Heimel about his objections in front of Janae.
We're sorry for wasting your time.
New body? Doesn't ring a bell.
But you said you would give Schnee a new vessel.
Right into my trap. I reached into my pocket and pulled out a bottle of pills and a note. I present to you my genius medicine for slowing the progress of Lycerian fever syndrome. I calculate it's 3 times more effective than the previous tonic. Not hard to manufacture either.
Wait, Cagliostro? So why did we go all the way to the pillar?
It wasn't obvious? I needed some stronger base reagents to help synthesize. My crewmates looked at me with irritation. But when you've lived as long as I have, sometimes you need to spice things up with it. While we're on the topic, I did a little more research. Experts say that ley lines rebalance.
Cagliostro, how can we ever repay you?
Janae was so overcome with emotion, she couldn't express her own thanks. I didn't mind her silence. Right, so about payment. The founder of alchemy developed a new medication specifically for Heimel swallowed, readying himself for the work.
I'm a fool. You're absolutely right. We don't have much in the way of money or valuables. But
I think there's been a misunderstanding. You don't get to decide my reward. Are we? Janae and Heimel both nodded. Seeing harmony restored to the studio was a one. Sometime later, I was visiting Ciero's shop in Folca. You have my payment from Shanae and Heimel?
Sure do. It's a big one, so take good care of her.
From behind the counter, clear skin, dewy eyes, and a mischievous smile. Utter perfection.
Not that I have to explain it to you. But lots of folks have said they'd like to buy this.
Of course. Who wouldn't want a portrait of me? Though I was the only one worthy of owning such a...
I was surprised to hear you knew Lady Shanae.
Wait, master?
Indeedy. Youngest artist declared a master in a good...
I had seen it before. I think... I'll add this one to my collection. In all my years of filling vessels with spirits, I had never procured an object with...
Are you sure? That's my biggest budget breaker.
I laughed. A few million rupees for a miracle? Chump change. Unbeknownst to Ciero Carte?
All right, see you.
I'm ready to fight!
Hello there. Here it is. What do you think? This one, yes? I can make the arrangements at once. Please be careful.
This is a pet-friendly mission, right?
Our path is clear. We can afford them.
There's enemies on the way! We can't let them trash the hallowed ground! Looks like they're coming for us! You ready?
Miserable mist!
Act time!
The rivers run red!
How to track them? Get up!
As expected.
You will burn!
They just need another! Oh, we'll show them who's boss!
I shall return!
Rage bats are the worst!
Doctor's in.
Allow me!
Sharp as ever.
I've been working on my technique. Looking good.
Your trust is heartening.
Watch out for the shooter!
Slash and bash!
I'm not liking the look of this, but don't let it intimidate ya!
Now for... Let the rivers run red! Know your place! Seize victory! You fool!
Continue the assault!
You got it!
Okay, got it!
Out of my dust and dust!
Now, everybody! Don't hold back!
Seal their fate.
Retro 2!
Have you strength left for the road ahead?
Who the hell do you think you're talking to?
You don't scare us!
She's looking good.
How many of them are there? Don't let them swarm you!
Brutally effective.
Fantastic.
This battle is mine.
Slash and bash!
Fly if you can! You will burn!
Yikes! Someone stop them!
Much obliged. Despair. This ground shall be your time! Return to the abyss! Return back to void.
Don't think so. That's how it works. Now's our chance. Now.
Let's go!
A sight to see.
Yeah!
Aren't I the best? That worked.
Know your place!
Just trying to beat you the hard way.
No!
Yeah! We did it!
You cannot win. Come back to the void.
An easy victory.
Come to view the request. Here it is. I can make the arrangements at once. Yes, can I help you? What do you think? This one, yes? Good luck out there. Come to view the requests? All right, see you.
we going?
Hello, here it is. Come again.
We've got lunch specials, good food, good prices. Is your stomach growling? And give it what it wants. Fresh sandwiches come to the soup and the side. Is your stomach growling? Give it what it wants. We've got lunch specials, good food, good prices.
It's never too early to enjoy life.
Fresh sandwiches come to the soup and the side. We've got lunch specials, good food, good prices. Fresh sandwiches come to the soup and the side. We've got lunch specials, good food, good prices.
What'll it be? Something hard? Something harder.
Is your stomach growling? Give it what it wants. We've got lunch specials, good food, good prices. Fresh sandwiches come with the soup and the side. We've got lunch specials, good food, good prices.
We got rare spirits, and not the kind that want to haunt you.
Fresh sandwiches come with the soup and the side. Is your stomach growling? Give it what it wants. We've got lunch specials, good food, good prices. Is your stomach growling? Give it what it wants. We've got lunch specials, good food, good prices. crawling. Give it what it wants.
Yes, can I help you? Right. All right. Yes, can I help you? Right. This one, yes, it's in your hands now.
Wow, kid! You really can't do anything! Thank you! You're
Flashing back!
Take this!
Follow you!
All right. There are still greater heights to climb. Pass away! Dance of the pink petals. No one's life. Many thanks. Just like we planned.
I guess so.
Gigi, you did well too. The butterfly again. Reflex. Fantastic. Great boon. Come on. The final. To the heavens. Darkness, death!
Healing is on the way!
Alright, up and at it.
Don't get careless! I needed that.
Moonrise. The tide swells. All is swept away.
Watch this!
One, two, chaos detonation! Upon such. We do what we can.
What can we say? Tear them down!
It's the one. I'm most grateful.
You're
My
welcome!
sword hunger. Once more.
On my mark! Yeah!
What did you expect?
Watch out!
Come with me.
I'll analyze their attack pattern and come up with a sufficient strategy. We can handle think I am.
Soar! Small wings may beckon. Soar! Butterfly effect. Moonlight. Captain!
I'll get him! Tempest Flame!
This won't take long. Ars Magna.
There! Rips ahoy!
The butterfly.
Surviving but one
Shine as one! Tide of chaos!
Now that's
battle here.
looking good! Just like that! This'll show him!
Dawnflight. Has it forward!
Ready!
Strike now! Dance of the Great Devil.
After you!
Okay! I wish you'd let me spoil you some more. The butterfly. Sorry to trouble you. Save my blade. No one else. Dream. Let's one stroke, 1,000 deaths. Butterfly effect. Moonrise! Let's be careful how we approach them. You're right. They've been lost to anger.
Healing!
I'm feeling right with friend.
Let's end this!
Come on, I'll follow you.
That went well.
Obviously. Yes, we were in harmony, Club. Evanescence. You have my thanks.
This'll show him!
Dawnflight. The final song.
Not bad.
We'll follow this crew anywhere. We did well. Spread your kindness.
Try not getting hit next time.
I will never give up. Please, you need to feel so thoughtful, Captain.
How's that feel?
Dawnfly stands. The final. Thank you.
Take a hit!
I'll follow you. Damn.
Understood.
Got it. Of course.
Help is on the way!
The tide swells. All is swept away. Captain!
I'll get him!
This won't take long.
There! Rip the horn! Let's play together! Stay together! Shine as one! Tide of chaos! We sure show fast!
Wonderful. Lucky me. Lovely. Succumbs. The pond. Like candlelight kissed by a breeze.
Come to view the request. Right. I can make the arrangements at once. Have a nice day. Hello there.
During the next month's visit, Malfira looked more downtrodden than I had ever seen. Vern expressed his distress before I could vocalize my own.
Holy spools, lady! You look like you've been up all night. You feeling okay?
Malfira meekly raised her head, barely affording him a grin.
My love, he didn't come back to me.
It took me a moment to find a response. I'm sure... I bet he'll find a way to return next month. She had already been waiting an eternity for him. What comfort were my words? And yet, she still found the strength to smile.
I hope so. I'm so tired of moping around like this. It's getting harder to stay positive, but I'll find a way, for his sake. That man... You know, he's so absent-minded, he probably mixed up the date on his ticket.
Malfira unrolled the blanket across her lap, checking the backing of her stitching.
I've poured a lot of love into this design. I hope he likes it.
As she vacillated from melancholy to forced cheer, and back again, I had to bite my lip for fear my thoughts would spill out.
1 month passed, and still no word from Alfira's beloved.
I'm sure he has his reasons.
Lyria tried to comfort the young seamstress, but Malfira's smile was noticeably dimmer than before.
Yes, you're right. He's not one to take risks or push himself too far. There's nothing to worry about, I'm sure.
Her words sounded strained, like she was trying to convince herself. I thought I knew what was happening, but I couldn't bring myself to acknowledge it. Not yet. We were all stuck in awkward silence, so I changed the subject.
How did you two meet?
It was in this very plaza. He was a bookworm, so he came here to do his reading. I was out catching some sun myself when he found the courage to sit next to me. I turned to greet him and he shoved a book on embroidery in my face. Not the greatest first impression, huh?
Energy returned to her movements. Color returned to her smile.
So what did you do?
You're going to laugh. I told him I already owned the book. His face turned pale as a ghost, but it was cute, seeing him all vulnerable. So I asked his name, and the rest is history.
She shut her eyes, savoring the nostalgia. Then she sighed.
Guess I'll have to go to Dolly and drag him home myself, won't I?
No, not that. I couldn't let her go to Dolly alone. After witnessing her optimism return, I couldn't let her learn the truth.
Nice!
No, you should stay here. We'll go for you. Dolly can be a dangerous place, and I'm sure your partner wouldn't want anything to happen to you. I hoped that logic would be enough.
Dolly? Dangerous? But so many people live there. But if a Skyfarer...
Vern scrunched his face and...
Lots of people? What are you talking about? Dolly's basically a giant sand...
A quick nudge was enough to interrupt Vern. I hoped Malfira had missed the majority of his comment. You can trust us. We handle this kind of assignment all the time. We'll be back before you know it.
Okay, let's do it.
My air of confidence.
Could you take the blanket?
She pushed a soft bundle. It was warm to the touch, thanks to the silk from Fondom. Of course. It would be my pleasure. All pets on deck. According to Malfira's map, the excavation was near the central ruins.
You sure you want to trust that dusty old thing?
Point taken. But we can at least get a sense for the lay of the land. Now let's go. This place is crawling with monsters. Stay on your toes, everyone. Show them your
that feel?
Breathe flesh.
Looking good.
up so we can start our search! Don't think so!
Miserable mist!
Now! No! You're good! Show him your skills! I can work with this.
It doesn't look like anything's here. Maybe we'll find something back at the western campsite. It's worth a look.
Do these guys get paid to fight us or what? Out of practice?
I'm starting to get restless. Come on, let's hurry.
Just like that!
Fly in.
How's that feel?
This place feels right somehow.
I think I saw someone over there! Let's go! Where'd that dude from before go?
I think I know.
No, it can't be.
I'm afraid so. He's no longer with us, but we've at least found his resting place. That's some comfort.
What? No.
We all stood, and there. In the middle, I wrapped the blanket around the stone. Malfira put her heart and soul into this blanket.
Hello there.
When I returned to see...
Is he...
I couldn't face her as He's... fine. He said the survey was taking longer than expected.
Oh, thank goodness. I was starting to fear the worst.
She was relieved. I was crushed. But how could I bring myself to tell her the truth? He said thanks for the blanket. That he'll never feel cold again.
Of course he won't. We made sure of that by retrieving the silk from Fondom.
Malfira's joy was contagious, but I still had to force myself to smile. I'm not sure if my act was convincing, but I knew, more than anything, that I didn't want to show her how sad I truly was. When her own grin softened, I knew my ruse had failed. If anything, my glaring lies had only cast a light on the truth she'd buried deep in her mind.
Oh, I can't thank you enough for delivering the blanket. I knew I couldn't rest until it was safely in his arms.
It clicked. Malfira knew what she was. She knew what I was. Hearing the sorrow evaporate entirely from her voice confirmed it. But now nothing bound her to the world, and she began to fade, like mist in the morning light. I watched, tears in my eyes, as the contours of her form blurred into abstraction.
Somewhere deep down, I knew I had died. It was the day he left for Dolly. I'm not sure what happened, but I just had to wait for him, hoping he would come sit next to me one more time. I've held on to that hope what seems like an eternity.
Malfira, I'm sorry. I feel like I lied to you.
Oh, hush now. I bent the truth too, didn't I? I was glad for your company. Happy to have someone to chat with.
Malfira brought her hands to her chest, and looked up to the infinite blue stretching above us.
Do you think he liked the blanket? Do you think he's warm now?
He was overjoyed. You found the best thread, stitched away in the sun, and poured your love into it. How could he not be? She smiled her last to me, more genuine and placid than ever before. Before we went to Dolly, I wanted to confirm my suspicions about Malfura. I checked with an airship engineer about Airbuses to the desert.
Dolly? No liner's been out that way for about 15 years now, on account of what happened and all.
He explained that the last ship to Dolly was filled with scholars and their families, leaving on a journey from which they'd never return. But 15 years. Before I was ready to part ways with Malfura for good, I decided I needed to build a new grave for her and her beloved in Dolly. I realized that she had been right. With both sand and chill nipping at your skin, the desert nights really were cold and unfriendly. Wrapping the blanket around the new gravestone, I looked up at the full moon and saw 2 shooting stars falling through the night sky like tears down a cheek. And I knew, despite the chill, this was the perfect resting place. I turned to my pets. It's okay now. They'll never be apart again.
Come again.
What'll it be? Something hard? Something harder?
Let's do it!
Fresh sandwiches. Come to the soup and the sun.
Yeah, here it is.